Today we will discuss about network connecting devices. A computer network not only contains wires and computers, but it contains many interconnecting devices that are used to combine smaller networks to form bigger ones, to change signals from one to other form, to decide the route for packets and much more. So there are different types of network devices. We will discuss these devices one by one. That is, first is hubs. Hub is a central concentrating point for computer network. It provides a central data point for network cabling. In this, only coaxial cable Ethernet doesn't use hubs at all, but most of the local area networks use hub to interconnect computers and other devices. That is, these are the computers connecting to a hub, A, computer B, computer C, that is computer C, computer D. There are three types of hubs. First is passive hub. What do you mean by passive hub? These hubs don't contain any electronic components and they don't process the data signal at all. But the only use of passive hub is to combine the signals from several network cable segments. And all the devices attached to a passive hub receives all the packets which pass through the hub. So a passive hub reduces the cabling distance by half. And there is a limitation, that is, the limited functionality of passive hub makes them inexpensive and easy to configure. Second is active hub. These type of hubs contain electronic components that clean up or regenerate the signal between two devices. The process of cleaning up of a signal is called as signal regeneration. These active hubs need better and intelligent technology than passive hubs. So the factor increases the cost of these hubs, and main drawback of this hub is that they amplify noise along with the signals. Third type of hub is intelligent hubs. In addition to signal regeneration, intelligent hubs perform some network management and intelligent path selection. The other modified version of hubs is called as switching hubs, which is it chooses only the port of the device where the signal needs to go, but rather than sending the signal along all paths. There is main advantage of this is all transmission media segment can be connected permanently. These are hubs. Second is switches. Second network device is switches. Switch create a temporary point-to-point links between nodes on a network and send all data among the link. Switches are intelligent devices and pass the data to the destined node. It possesses the ability to modify or identify the node to identify the node address written in a message. The switch has a buffer for each link to which it is connected. These are about switches. Third is modem. As you know, modulation, demodulation. This is modem. Computer generates digital data which is unsuitable for long distance communication. So for this purpose, this data must be converted to analog data. It is modulation, which performs this conversion of data from digital to analog. and the converted data in this form of analog signal can travel without any noise over long distances and very long distances. This data, when reaches the destination, is converted back to digital data with the help of demodulation. This process is demodulation. So, demodulation converts analog signal to original digital data. Now, what is modem? Modem is device which convert the analog into digital signal and vice versa. These are modems. Next, fourth is repeater. Repeater device. As we know that every signal loses its strength when it is carried on some wired medium. The resistance offered by the conducting metal is the main reason for this. Also, every type of wire has a maximum supported cable length. When we have to use longer cables than the specified length, we need to amplify the signal. So, the repeater is a device that is used to regenerate or repeat the signal on the wire. And a repeater receives a signal. These are the weak signals and these are the strong signals. This you can say regenerated strong signals. These are the strong, these are the weak signals. So a repeater receives a signal and before it comes too weak or corrupted, regenerates the original bit pattern. There are few disadvantages of the repeaters. These can't connect to dissimilar networks. And second is, while amplifying the signals, the repeaters also amplify the level of noise in those signals. These are the disadvantages. Next is bridge. Bridges. What are bridges? The bridges are the devices that are used to connect similar lanes or identical networks. The major difference between the bridge and repeater is that the bridge has a filtering capability. Then what is working of bridge? How bridge works? A repeater accepts all the packets and amplifies all of them to the other side. But the bridge are intelligent devices that allows the passing of only selective packets from them. A bridge only passes those packets that are addressed from a node in one network to another node in the other network. The bridge can make this distinction by looking at the source and destination addresses contained in the packet header. A bridge operates in which manners? We discuss. First is, a bridge receives all the packets or frame from both LAN, you can say A and B, if we take two LANs. Second, a bridge builds a table of addresses from which it can identify that the packets are sent from which LAN to which LAN, from, you can say, from LAN A to B or from B to A. The bridge reads the addresses and discards all packets from LAN A that are addressed to a computer or LAN A, and that packets from LAN A addressed to a computer on LAN B are retransmitted to LAN B. Last one is, the packets from LAN B are treated in the same way. These are the few operations. Now discuss types of bridges. There are two types: transparent bridge or source routing bridge. First is transparent bridge. Transparent bridge is a bridge in which the stations are not at all aware of the existence of the bridge. These bridges keep a table of addresses in memory to determine where to send data. And main duties of the transparent bridges are filtering frames or filtering the packets forwarding them and blocking them. These are transparent bridges. Next is source routing bridges. In this, a sending station defines the bridges that should be visited by the frames, or you can say by the packets. The addresses of these bridges are included in the frame. So a frame contains not only the source and destination address but also the bridge address. This is source routing bridge. Now there are few uses or advantages of bridges. We discuss. Bridges are used to divide large busy networks into multiple smaller and interconnected networks to improve the performance. Bridges also can extend the physical size of a network. Bridges are also used to link a LAN segment through a synchronous modem connection to another LAN segment at a remote location. This phenomenon is known as remote bridge, and it minimizes modem traffic by filtering signals that would not need to cross the modem line. There is main disadvantage of the bridges, that is it can't join dissimilar types of LANs. These are all about bridges. Next is routers. Routers are devices that connect two or more networks. They consist of a combination of hardware and software. The hardware can be network server, a separate computer, and this hardware includes the physical interfaces to the various networks in the internetwork. The two main pieces of software in a router are the operating system and the routing protocol. Management software can also be used. So a router between two LANs receives messages from both networks, checks their destination, and transmits the message to the required LAN. Since messages are stored in the router system before retransmission, routers are said to implement a store and forward technique. This is all about router. Next is gateways. As we know that the routers can't interconnect two different networks that use different protocols. To overcome this job, special devices called gateways are used. The networks using different protocols use different addressing formats. These type of addresses are different for different types of networks. So a gateway can actually translate the data from one type of network to the other type of network. The gateways comprise of software, dedicated hardware, or a combination of both. The gateways can connect systems with different communication protocols, languages, and architecture. Main limitation of gateways is these are slow because they need to perform intensive conversions. So students, this is all about network devices used in computer networks. Thank you.